Golf Central on YouTube. Brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Nick, there was this narrative that took root after Whistling Straits 2 years ago that the European team was entering a crisis period. Guys were aging out, and that was all before the live stuff happened. Does this European team now, next week, look any different to you than the strength of European teams in years past?
Well, I would say, yeah, completely different to Whistling Straits. I agree. There was quite a hammering they got. And, the big boys have got it. In any Ryder Cup, if you're going to win, whichever team's going to win, the big three or four have got to do all the heavy lifting. And they didn't that particular week. But now, they were looking for new blood, and they really have found it in this very interesting new strength with Ludwig and Nikolai. So that's pretty cool. And the backbone of the team, look, with Victor Hovland really coming alive, and, Shane Lowry, Max Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, Europe have really transformed things, have really come alive. After America won they found some really great pairings in the last President's Cup. But, Europe have really come alive. I'm really very bullish that they should do it. They should win.
Nick, as well as you played in the Ryder Cup, the team lost the first 4 times you were on, 77, 79, 81, and 83, though 83 was a lot closer, just a 1-point defeat. But how difficult was it to maintain optimism during those early losses?
Yeah, but you remember, 77 was still Great Britain. That was the old system. And after that, that's when Jack said, why didn't you expand to Europe? That made sense. We took Seve to the Greenbrier, but we didn't have him at where were we? Walton Heath in 81. That was part of the transition. Remember 81 team there was the 11 out of the 12 were major champions. So hey, it took time, but 83 was very significant. When we lost by just 1 point, Palm Beach Gardens, that was historic. There was a historic moment in our lives. I was sitting next to Tony Jacklin. Tony was hoarse. We were prying him with scotch for his throat for medicinal purposes. And Seve came in the room and said, we must celebrate. This is a victory for us. And from that day on, European golf changed, as you know. 85, 87 to win first time in America. 87 was unbelievable. I'm so, delighted I was part of that. That was a memory of which to last a lifetime.
On that note, Nick, how do great rivals like you and Seve or Rahm and Rory today become great Ryder Cup teammates?
Well, you just instantly become part of the team. It's like, as you know, back in my time, I've talked about this a lot. You had to stay as individuals because, I've used the line, if you wanted to change your lifestyle, you had to win. That was where the big prize money was. Now it's obviously completely different now. So you were all individuals, and you closely guarded your secrets and your personality and all that sort of thing. But when you walked in that team room, you wanted the team to succeed. And so myself, Seve, in Langer, we had Lazabal, Woodsy. Everybody just joined in. It was all just part of it. You just wanted the other guys. We had the Mark James on the team, the Howard Clark, Sam Torrances. It was like if anybody needed any help, you helped them for that week. If you could see somebody's putting stroke was a bit off, you said, try this, try that. You wanted everybody to play their best. And, so we created a great team spirit in the team room. And then, probably the most powerful thing is we created some great pairings, having Seve and Lazabal heading out the door first with their incredible record, and on that particular day, you thought, yeah, they were going to win. They were going to get a point. So that was just huge for the team. And, I feel I did my part as well with my partners. So, we had Langer doing his bit, and then Monty came on board. So we created some really great pairings. And I think that's what Americans have struggled with over the years, and which they're slowly starting to find now,
When you captained the team back in 2008, Nick, you did things very much your own way as you had as a player. You only had one vice-captain, for example, when we tend to see 4 or 5 of those roles filled now. When you look back with 15 years hindsight, is there anything you would have done differently in that loss?
Yeah, of course, lots of things. Yeah. But the hardest thing, the worst thing about being a captain is when you finish Monday, that's it, you're forgotten, you're done. You're not talked about. And you can't, and as you know, if I can give a golf tournament as an example, you learn from it. Every golf tournament you play, you've learned from the good bits, the bad bits, the whatever, the whole experience, and you go off and practice, and you go again. And you can't do that in the Ryder Cup. Once you're finished, you're finished. And so thinking about it, now that we've lost quite a few potential captains with the live situation, I'd strongly recommend that if a player wants to do a couple, Tony Jacklin did 4, Bernard Gallagher did 2. I'd strongly recommend that you should be given another opportunity. Maybe it's a 2-term, because you learn and you want to deal with things another time, and you can't deal with it. Whatever happened on that week is done. You cannot change anything. So yeah, that's one of my suggestions. I will suggest that when we're down there in Rome, that maybe you should give a captain another shot as well, because it's all part of the learning experience and how you can then change things better for worse for the next time.
It sounds like you want another bite of the cherry, Nick. Would you do it again?
No. I think no. Well, as I said, that experience is a tough one. When you go and lose, it's very different to obviously winning. You can actually be a poor captain and win, and everything gets brushed under the carpet. But if you don't win, then you're deemed as useless.
Nick, Jamie Corrigan in The Telegraph reported at the weekend that Sergio Garcia had offered to pay outstanding fines to the European Tour and commit to playing some events if he could be part of a Ryder Cup team, but was told it wasn't an option because he'd resigned his membership.
Yeah.
Is this team weaker with Sergio Garcia's absence from it?
No, these guys have moved on. These guys, you've got to be kidding. I think we got one of the strongest teams we've ever had. Plus, those guys haven't played in enough tournaments, or they are in a different world now. They've left the tour. They haven't supported the tour. So hey, they're done. That's it. The team has moved on. Game has moved on, and the Europe team is fantastic. I don't think they could do anything better. I think they've got a really big, deep backbone. Guys have been around before, and we might have a couple of very interesting secret rookies up our sleeve, which I think is very powerful. If you don't know a lot about a player, they're dangerous, and they're all to gain, nothing to lose, which is a rather nice way to go and play a Ryder Cup.
Nick, a lot of great points you make as usual. Thanks for a few minutes. Enjoy these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, can't wait to get there. Yeah, the food is going to be off the charts,
and the wine as well.
Yeah, I think they're good. We're going for the good life in Italy. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be fun.